Hello all you crafters, and welcome to Christy's inaugural tutorial, my first one ever. So lots of people had requested that I made a tutorial about how I made my shoes. So the people have spoken, here I am making a tutorial for you. So I bought a cheap pair of shoes for my daughter to paint on. The first ones I tried, not knowing what I was doing, I spent 50 bucks on a brand new pair of shoes and just went at it. That's how I roll. So in Design Space, if you search for shoe, you'll find lots of shoes, and that's what I did. I found one that was a very basic outline of a shoe, put it in Design Space, cut it up a little bit, here, made some rooms, and I sized this to be the same as my daughter's shoe. And then instantly there were 4 because I'm magic. And then you have little words, you just kind of design, think about what you want on. I like to put some words on one side and the image on the other side. I'm gonna wrap the images of the wasp and the Ant-Man around the toe, so that's why they seem a bit big on here, but I know that they're gonna fold over. Plus I measure the shoe to see what kind of space I'm working with. That way when I print it out, then I'm able to fit it on the shoe. Somewhat. I still do a little trimming here and there. So I often will find a background, something that I like that is going to be easy to paint, because I don't want to make the whole shoe comic book image because that's a lot of work. So we need some filler. We need something that's going to fit in whatever space we have left over on the shoe after we put on our star designs. I really liked the background of this one where the yellow and the orange and then the cool colors for the orbs, planets, orbs, whatever you want to call them. So in Design Space, I threw a few planets in there, you can see, and then I was sizing these circles to be my orbs for the other images. So something simple, easy to color, that I just overlapped, overlaid, just played with a lot to see till I got an image that I liked. And I also, when I printed these out, I also didn't attach everything. That way I still had a little bit of play and power when I'm putting them on the shoe. When I made the first pair of shoes, what I did is I used the images as a printable, and then I printed it and cut it out with my hands. And then I put carbon paper between the shoe and the image, and I traced it to get a little outline of my design. This time I'm going to try infusible ink. Now, I'm not sure if these shoes are polyester or cotton. It says canvas, which is normally cotton, but I'm going to paint over the infusible ink part, which you'll see. So I'm hoping it'll work. So here's the shoes. And this ribbon tape measure is a lifesaver. You can measure everything about it so you know exactly how big your images should be and how much space you have to place things. So I used infusible ink marker to have this, and now I'm going to color in the little areas that it kind of does a duplicate line and make it a solid line. And then I'm going to cut them out. Someday maybe I'll have a machine that can cut things out for me. That would be sweet. But anyways, so I'm filling these all in, and because you're not using infusible ink as the total end product, here is me cutting them out of infusible ink because I like to increase the value of my daughter's shoes by wasting supplies. But anyways, so I have them all cut out and then just checking the sizes. And I like to cut it out right along so that when I flip it over, I know what I'm placing. If it was just a square, I really wouldn't know where she was on the shoe. So yeah, that looks pretty good there. And then so I'm just gonna kind of place them around the outside of the shoes where I think they should go. I really think you can do this. Here you go. If you believe you can or you believe you can't, either way you're right. I feel like I should fill your lives with motivational quotes here so that at the end of the tutorial you can make shoes and live your dreams. So, all right. So now, I bought the mini press just for this project, and I love the mini press. He is so awesome. Oh, and if I had $1 for every time I worked off camera during this project, I would have $100. So there was a lot of editing, a lot of cutting for you there. And okay, yeah, right here, if you notice in the bottom right corner, I was pressing. I rolled up my mat and stuck it in the shoe. I used a lot of paper towel stuffed inside of there to make it as hard as I could as a surface. But look how awesome! There's an orb. It's so cool. And literally you're just trying to think about making this a coloring book at the moment. So just think, put the image on so you can paint it later. So this is an exciting part. You're gonna love this because I get to melt the sole of the shoe. Yes, how fun, right? You didn't expect that. That was like a little bonus thing. Wait for it, wait for it. Oh yeah, I'm trimming to size. See, because even though I measured and I did it and printed it, you still have to kind of customize it a bit here. And remember, everything I'm doing is on double speed. This took me like 6 hours today to put this all together. And what was really fun is while I'm making them, my daughter says, I can't wait to wear those to school tomorrow. And the pressure was on. I was like, oh man, my Wonder Woman ones took me like 4 days. So, but I got through it. There's a mini pressy, so cute. And I pressed it and pressed it. And I didn't make you guys watch all the pressing. But wait, here, she's stuck. It's stuck. Like, there's melted shoe. This is fantastic. Paper stuck to the shoe. It's okay. It's all right. We can go with it. I tell my daughter, there are no mistakes, only change of plans. So like, right now I'm figuring out how I can melt it back into place. If you can move it that way, you got to be able to move it the other way too. So and then I was like, let me just finish putting these images on. So I'll speed through some of these. I'm not gonna make you watch me put all these on. And I'm just putting the infusible ink tape on there just to kind of keep the image where it goes, you know, stabilize it. I got my butcher paper. I would have used my Teflon paper, but I wanted a really small piece. And I also wanted to kind of see through to see where I needed to move my little mini press to. Yeah, my daughter's got some swollen ankles. I should have her checked out by a doctor or something. Oh, gonna put a little orb on the edge, fancy. Yeah. So anyway, I make a lot of mistakes during my art. A lot of mistakes. And I'm not really a rule person either. So when it comes to all the rules about things, like when I made my infusible ink shirt, I put multiple layers on and I heat pressed it multiple times. And it looked, oh yeah, hold on here. Need to tie a troll's hair real quick. Okay, back to pressing. So here I am pressing the rubber of the shoe, trying to get it to go back to where it goes. And honestly, when the shoes are done, you don't even notice it. So I don't sweat the small stuff. And they were $5, so whatever. And okay, so we got all our images on there. I got my little orbs on there. Got my paper towel stuffed in. And Ant-Man's face is like really light, but that's okay. Again, we're gonna go over everything, so there are no worries. No worries here at all. All right, so for the pens, I get 99% of my supplies off of Amazon, and I bought some, these are fine tip black acrylic paint pens. There's a set of 5 that I got on Amazon. I don't remember how much they were, even though I bought them like 3 days ago. I don't remember. But they're really nice because it has a very small tip, and you're gonna need this because it's comic book and everything is black outlined. Now remember, everything is double speed when you're seeing this, so I'm not fast at this, so don't feel like you should be either. When you first start with paint pens, you have to prime the tip. You kind of have to push down the tip a bunch of times, and you have to shake them to mix them. And this part, when I was shaking the paint pens, I realized I should go put a bra on. And I did. So thanks for that, paint pens. Now I'm slowing down for you. I want to show you in real time how slow I am. like watching paint dry. Like watching paint pens dry on a shoe. So slow. Do you like the Moana in the background? That's my soundtrack there. The Moana movie. Moana. Oh, I say it wrong. Moana. Oh my gosh, girl. Can you speed through your drawing? My goodness. All right, we're going to go back to double speed because that was crazy and slow. So I just kind of go through everything and outline. And I have my reference. You can see my little guy right there next to my hand, and he's my reference. And then there's this one just to look at because I don't remember exactly what they look like. And you just go through and kind of fine tune those lines. Every once in a while I gotta prime my paint pen again. You can see the little piece of paper back there, and that's where I would get it going, flowing again. Gotta flow with the paint from the pen onto the shoe. And these are really good paint pens. The colored ones, they're oil-based, speed drying, permanent. I really feel like even if you didn't seal your shoe, that these probably would stay pretty well. Because I don't see water making these things run. They're really good. So these ones I just ordered off of Amazon. They were $15. I remembered. Thank you. And they're a lot bigger than the ones I used on my Wonder Woman shoes. I was like, oh man. But they're great for background. Because there's a lot of filler you got to do on these bad boys. Here's my original ones that I got for Christmas. And see how much smaller they are than the other paint pens? Okay. So I'm painting her, starting out with these. It's really nice. I love new paint pens. They just are really nice to use. So I realized that I am right-handed and my light source was coming from the right, and it would be a brilliant idea to put my camera on the right so that I could paint comfortably and so that the light was shining in the right spot. So you're welcome. Also, the mini heat press did turn the canvas a little bit brown. So if you plan to keep a white background, you're gonna have to paint white over the brown part that started. So, all right, well, we're painting in red. This is great. This is Wasp Woman. She is a rock star. Check her out. Is she bad or what? I mean, she's not a bad guy. She's part of the good guy team, but she's bad as in she's awesome. You know what I'm saying? With the markers, I don't push down really hard. I'm just gently touching the surface of the shoe. And I like it because I can feel like the paint kind of absorbs in. Unlike a heavy body acrylic that would sit on the top and then probably crack and peel, I can really feel like this paint is being absorbed by the canvas, and therefore I think it'll be a better performing shoe. Plus these markers say they are no fade, and you can use them on wood, stone, glass, ceramics, rubber, and more. So I feel like if you could use them on rubber, that they do have some flexibility to them. So I'm hopeful. I'm very hopeful. But again, they were $5, so if my 5-year-old wears them and they end up, I don't know, running, I don't think they would run. They're not watercolor, you know, they're permanent oil-based ink. But maybe she'll wear them, and then when she takes her shoes off, she has her feet image printed with some Ant-Man. I don't know. We'll see. I'll report back. I'll let you know how it goes. So, using some silver here, and sometimes I leave a little bit of a white image to kind of look like a shine. So you see that white line going down his forehead? That's intentional. Meant to do that. Oh, hey, look at that rock star. Boom. Wear it, boy. Have the confidence of a toddler in a Wonder Woman tiara. Oh, yeah. See, I told you, life-changing. Anyways, back to painting. And then I was like, hey, let me use this orange to color his face. He's got a little piggy nose too. I was like, oh, that is very presidential orange there. We might have to tone him down a bit later. Or I don't know. Maybe the president has an Ant-Man suit. Who knows? Anything's possible, right? A good idea might have been to put some painter's tape around the sole of the shoe so you can get paint, or the infusible ink on the sole. You could use painter's tape, or another idea I had later after, not while I needed it, but the idea came later, was maybe some white mask. You can get this liquid Frisket that you can use for painting where you put it on, it's like kind of like a rubber, and then you just peel it off, but it'll block paint. So you could paint this stuff around on the sole of the shoe, and then when you're done painting, you just peel it off and the sole of the shoe is white and clean. That's not what I did. So right now just painting her wings, and they don't really look like the wings in the image, but I was winging it. Get it? Okay, I'll let myself out. I really do believe that you can make these shoes. I think you can, because you just have to break it down into small steps, just one at a time, and there's no single part of this that is super hard. And everything's fixable. It really is. All you have to do is paint over it, or you can cut it out of the video. See, everything's fixable, completely fixable. All right, so now I am coloring all the orbs, and I'm just using cool colors so that they'll have a great contrast with the background, because the background is gonna be the warm colors, the yellow, the red, and the orange. So I have there's these little things that get stuck. I don't know if they're from the shoe or they're from the marker, but they're just a little ball of thread or whatever that develops after you're coloring for a while. So I pick those off periodically, but these are, I'm making them the cool colors and purple. Purple's kind of an in-between, just depends on if there's more red or more blue in the paint, if it's a warmer or cool color. But enough with the color lessons. Look at her, she's looking pretty rad. And I did accentuate her tatas a little bit because we have to know that she's a lady. And my daughter, you know, she's a girl and she's kind of a tomboy, but I like her to know that there's a lot of women superheroes, because in the real world, most of the superheroes are women. Shout out to the moms. All right, so when you store your paint pens, I recommend that you store them facing down, upside down. It's just a fun tip for you to help you with your supplies. Also, wombat poop is cube shaped. Just another fact to help you with your life. If you don't believe me, ask Alexa. Wouldn't you be really frustrated if your name was Alexa? Especially if you're like 40. You'd be like, why? I don't know. I just think about that probably once a week. Like, I'm so glad my name's not Alexa. But it is Mom, and if there's one word they say more than Alexa, it's Mom. And now we're on to the background. Finally, I'm starting with the yellow down at the bottom. I really love when it's background time because it's very easy to just color around the outside, and also you can start to see the colors start popping and working together, and you're getting closer to the end. So day 46 of painting shoes. We're almost done. I don't even have my camera on double speed right now. I've just had my coffee. It's kicked in. Look at a girl go. Man, very fast. All of a sudden. I'm lying. It's in double speed. I'm not this fast. Nobody is. Well, you might be. Oh, there's one of those things. But, all right. So we're going to go around the outside. And I'm just going up, what is that, a 3/4 inch? About 3/4 inch on the shoe. I don't have an exact science to this, but just keep going around. These paint pens are really nice. I think there's a lot of things that we could use them for, especially with our Cricut. There's so many fun projects that you can use paint on as well. I'm really excited to have my Cricut this Halloween season. I got it for Christmas, so I didn't have it last year. And I'm already planning like all these cool like potion spell shop signs and how I can change my pictures that are on my walls into Halloween pictures. And get some poster board and double-sided tape them up onto those picture frames and then put some awesome Cricut stuff on top. So stoked, excited. I'll share it with you guys. Promise to share yours with me. That's how sharing works. Back to the shoes. Okay, so once you go around with the second color, after I finish the second color, now I'm getting the yellow out again, and now I'm doing that a little bit on top of the orange. See how much better it blends when you do that, because yellow has a little transparency to it, and when you see like the first part and second part, it looks so much better. When you put it over top of the orange, a lot of the orange is going to show through, and that really gives you that ombre sauvage look to it, which looks like it took you so long. You're so professional, but no, you just blend it. And then I like to use my thumb to blend it up. It didn't work. It didn't blend it at all when I used my thumb, but I kept trying because, you know, you should never give up. Just kept rubbing it with my thumb, even though nothing happened when I did that. So, yeah, yellow's a little low. See? Keep rubbing with your thumb. Keep trying, girl. You got it. Yeah. Just rub, rub, rub. Seriously, these dry really fast. I never had to worry about any of it getting on the edge of my hand or smearing or anything like that. Like as soon as I put that color on, like it dried fast, which made it really nice to work. Woohoo, people. These shoes are almost done. The final step here, putting the red. Oh my gosh, did you see what I just did? Throw them away, burn them in the backyard. Oh, the red dot up there. I'm just kidding, seriously, those things don't bother me one bit. All I'm gonna do is take the white paint pen, it's like a little whiteout, and I'm just gonna put it over that little red dot that kind of was over the top there. It's fine, it really is. So, but I'm so excited, these are almost done, you guys. I hope that you guys make a pair. For real. And then I want to see them. Because you can do this. The only thing stopping you is you. That's it. You have the tools. You have the power. You can do it. You can be like me. Turn a $5 pair of Walmart shoes into a $10 pair of Walmart shoes. You're welcome. Hey, so I use the white is really transparent. And that's what I use to make those little lines. I'll show you on hers. Okay, so here I am, right? As predicted. Using the white to outline, and it gives it that glow around the orb. I keep calling them orb, not planets, because when Ant-Man gets really small, he like travels inside people's bodies and stuff, and you see a lot of cells and orbs and stuff. So I don't feel like they're necessarily planets. So we're calling them orbs, but you can call them planets. I wouldn't be mad. I wouldn't be mad at all. I don't get mad at a lot of things. So anyways, circling around them, and then I'm just gonna draw a lot of rounded lines with some little dots here and there. Just little details. You'd be surprised how much difference it makes, the little details. They're not hard, they just take time, that's all. See what I'm doing? A little detail. It's fun. It really is, and I'm really winging it at this point. I like how I'm telling you about painting these like you're gonna make some Ant-Man shoes. That's on your list. I know it. But you could use this background for almost any superhero. You can change the colors of it. You can do Batman and then just have it be really dark grays and blacks and white orbs in the background. We're doing a charity drive at work for shoe drive. It's called Johnny's Kicks for Kids. And I have volunteered to be part of a raffle. If it's $10 a ticket for all of our employees, and whoever wins, I'm gonna make a custom pair of Chuck Taylors for them. And they get to pick the theme and the size, and then I'll paint them for them. So that's in September. So I'm kind of excited about it. And one of my coworkers, she bought 2 tickets, and she said that if she won, she's gonna have me make a pair of Golden Girl themed shoes. Is that awesome or what? I so hope she wins. I want to make some Golden Girl Chucks. That's just where it's at, I tell you what. But the themes for these are endless. You can make a sports theme for somebody. It'd be really fun to do a pair of football shoes. My husband might like those. Maybe I'll make some of those for Christmas for him. We have friends that have a little girl. It's like my daughter's best friend. Her birthday's coming up in October. Maybe I'll make her some shoes. She really likes princesses. The opposite of my daughter. But that's okay. They're still really good friends and they have a great time together. But look how those orbs look with just the white. Is that a big difference or what? Oh, and here's me whiting out the paint all around the sole of the shoe because I did not use painter's tape and I did not use that white mask stuff that's made for painting. I just, painted the sole. Right here I'm using the white to kind of blend that red right into the top there. All right. And this is where I walked away. So I had my phone taped to my lamp with painter's tape right in the middle of the screen too. So, and it started sliding down. Obviously I wasn't at the table at the moment, but here it goes. It's going through the painter's tape. It's sliding, it's sliding, it's sliding, and crash. I just thought that was great. And how could I not include it? So, okay, here I am, totally recovering the camera. Everything's gonna be okay. Everything, tape it back up to the lamp. This is awesome. I love lamp. They're done, y'all. They're done. Here they are in complete finished form. Okay, so you can seal it. I used my Wonder Woman shoes. I used Mod Podge because it does say that it is a water-based sealer. The pro that I got my tips from, who actually makes shoes professionally, he uses this stuff right here, and you can seal them with whatever you want. You want to use shoe sealer, you want to use whatever you want. I've only worn my Wonder Woman shoes twice, and it wasn't in the rain, so I don't know how well the Mod Podge is gonna handle it. I don't know. I'll let you know. There's only one way to find out. Experience, right? So here, let me get 3 inches from the shoe. So this is what it'd look like if you were laying on the ground and my daughter was standing in front of you. That's what you'd see. The eyelets are a little messy. That mask stuff would work great for the eyelets too. I mean, seriously. There she is. She's a rock star. I like her because she's a bad, good guy. You know what I'm saying? The Wasp. Look, I lightened his face a little bit, so now he doesn't look quite so orange. Ant-Man. He's got pretty cool superpower, really. I like him. I think it's funny. My daughter picked Ant-Man because she loves bugs. She loves bug hunting. She loves animals. She's really fun. She's just so herself. Super cool to see kids develop and grow their own personality. Here, you want to look closely at this one as well. So if you were Ant-Man size, you were super tiny, and you were standing next to a shoe, this is also how it would look. There he is. I don't know why, but he's got 2 antennas on the one side. Nobody knows, nobody cares. Hey, so you guys remember I made Falcor and I used my Cricut to cut out his vinyl in his eyes and to cut out his fur, which was a mess, by the way. I will never cut long fur like that again with the Cricut. And then here's there's some of the plants I made. I put my little sayings on them and we made the plants with the Cricut too. And then I have my little doll guys, my art dolls I made. And like for Yoda, I cut out all of his material for his jacket and his little scarf there. And my owl, I cut all the pattern out. And then I used the holographic vinyl for her eyes. It's just, I love the Cricut. It's so much fun. So thanks, guys. Appreciate you. And maybe I'll make another tutorial.